Welcome back to the afternoon session of Printing eSummit. We hope you all enjoyed the keynote and panel discussion in the morning and took some time to meet our exhibitors during the break. In the afternoon session, we have lined up two individual presentations and a fireside chat. So before we move into the session, I request all the participants to post your questions through the live Q&A tab on the right-hand side of your window. In the first presentation, we'll talk about the cost and resource management and how the lean manufacturing will can help to achieve that. To present this, we have Mr. Neeraj Agarwal, Country Head of Production, HT Media Limited with us. And to chair this session, we have Mr. Ingi Olafsson, Director of World Printers Forum within Vanifra. So before we introduce Mr. Agarwal, let me have a brief introduction about Mr. Olafsson. Mr. Olafsson comes from Iceland. He studied the newspaper operations management from RIT in Rochester, and later he did an MBA from Edinburgh, Scotland. His contact with Vanifra started as early as in 1997, where then he was still a student and he was measuring the color quality samples, etc. during that time. And then later he was the ad production director for Morgunblaðið, a newspaper in Iceland. In the recent years, he has chaired the continuing education of graphic media employees in Iceland. With that brief intro, I hand over the session to Mr. Olafsson. Over to you.
Thank you, Jagannath. Welcome to the session today. Like Jagannath said, the name of the session is Managing Resources and Cost at Lean Production. Our speaker is Neeraj Agarwal, Head of Production of All India HT Media. Neeraj Agarwal works with HT Media Group that publishes renowned dailies such as Hindustan Times, Mint, and Hindustan. He has been associated with the organization since 2017 as All India Manufacturing Head. As instrumentation engineering from Pune University, with over 29 years of Indian and international work experience in operations, maintenance, and project in diverse industries like chemical, agrochemical, textile, oil and gas, facilities managers, and printing. Under his guidance, organization has seen significant and speedy cost shifts in electricity, newsprint, production, wastage, etc. Neeraj has keen interest in fiction and sports as well. I urge you to post your questions and we will try to answer as many as we can after his speech. So the floor is yours, Mr. Agarwal.
Thank you, Mr. Olafsson, and good afternoon, everybody. A very difficult session, after lunch to keep everyone captivated, but I will try my best to keep you involved. I will start with my screen sharing. Just give me a minute. I hope you are all able to see the presentation. Mr. Ingi has already introduced me. I have over 30 years of experience in the operation and maintenance in the diverse industries, chemical, agrochemical, including the international experience, working in Middle East, into the facility management, oil and gas, and various industries. And I have been working with HT Media since 2017. Going to our topic, lean production, first, I think everyone understands that what is bugging us today. I think we already knew that there are tough times, and newspaper industry was already struggling, and this COVID has just fastened the process. So there is a challenging time.
Excuse me, your presentation is not showing. Could you share your screen again?
Okay, just a minute.
It's showing now.
It's okay now?
Very good. Thank you.
Okay. So it's a challenging time after the COVID, and as soon as the COVID started, in the first 2 months already, the INS president has mentioned that there will be a losses to the tune of 4 to 5,000, and it can go up to 15,000 crore. So the industry is already looking at the losses, and uh, one of the reason for us is that we are over reliant on advertisement revenues and subsidizing our readers, which was, in the morning also, during the opening session, was also talked by Mr. Michael Stevens. So very rightly said uh, that we have to think of our model of newspaper. So one of the way to fight this is lean production, and that's how I come to my topic of lean manufacturing. So let us first understand what is lean manufacturing. So lean manufacturing is a management philosophy which basically organizes your manufacturing activities and logistics with the primary aim of eliminating or reducing the waste. Since it has been created by a Japanese founder, Mr. Sakichi Toyoda, it is also called, waste is also called Muda, and the whole system is also called Toyota production system. But over the years, it has been, called as lean manufacturing. And uh, if lean manufacturing is implemented properly, it can lead to overall improvement in the performance, quality, and most importantly, the cost. So we are talking about eliminating or reducing waste. So let us first discuss what is waste and what is waste in our operation. And as Mr. Sakichi Toyoda has defined, or that there are 7 types of waste, and one of them is overproduction. Overproduction is a very critical waste. We have to produce whatever quantity is required, and when it is required. That is the aim, and we should not produce extra. In our context, in newsprint context, we must produce whatever is the PO requirement is. And at the same time, we must also see that whether there are any market returns or not. If there are market returns, then we should actively involve our circulation staff or circulation team to reduce this overproduction. So this is overproduction for our industry. Another type of waste is waiting. Now waiting could be many ways. Waiting could be a machine downtime, and people are waiting for machine to get fixed and doing the production. Another waiting could be that machine is all right, but the addition is not released. So the people are still waiting for addition to be released. So in our context, it is very important for the supply chain team to be in collaboration with editorial team to have a set and defined SLAs. And these SLAs will help us in improving the productivity. Ultimately, we have only few hours of printing window, and that printing window must be utilized well. That can lead to your quantum jump in terms of production efficiencies also. The third type of waste I would talk about is transportation. Now, transportation in our industry, typically the way we keep lot of inventories on newsprint, and these inventories are kept in the warehouses. Now, first transportation comes, that newsprint comes from mill to the warehouse. Another transportation is from warehouse to the production unit. Now, this is unnecessary step which is involved, though it happens, very seamlessly in our industry. We don't see it, but it can lead to waste. It can multiple handling of newsprint will lead to waste generation. At the same time, the transportation cost we are paying for shifting the material from our warehouse to our printing location. Uh, in my previous experience when I was working in Middle East, uh, there was a time when I was looking at one of the zone, and the zone was widespread, somewhere around 25 kilometer by 25 kilometer. And during that time, I was looking after the maintenance part, and we used to get complaint from right from the corner of the city. That time it was very important for us that we service that call fast and quick. And we found that centralized hub is not going to help. In that scenario, we changed our model from centralized hub to zonal hubs so that we are able to service our customer faster and make customer happy. So the transportation leads to the reduction in waste, as well as it can make your customer happy as well in other terms. One more type of waste is processing. Uh, Typically, in our industry, printing is a process, and if we follow the SOPs well, we know, everyone is aware that if we make a pre-make ready, very good. If we do the preventive maintenance good, we are almost sure that there is a good production in the night. So it is very important to keep the uh, printing machine ready. I will give you one more example of this processing. I was working with a agrochemical company where we were producing active ingredients as well as packaging them for sale. And there used to be small bottles of 100 ml, 250 ml, and 500 ml. On the packaging line, we were to ensure that each and every bottle has to be filled fully. Now, one of the way was to have different sensors put uh, to find which bottle is empty, and the another way was just to put a fan and the bottle will tilt itself. And there was a standby conveyor on the besides the uh, bottling line, and that used to take that bottle. So I think it is simplifying, using the simple technology always helps. So another type of waste, or the fifth waste, is uh, unnecessary inventory. In our scenario, the excess inventory not only blocks the money, it also consumes productive floor space, sometimes even renting of warehouse. And if there is an over inventory, it can even block your old stock. So if you are using first in, first out, you may not be able to use that first in, first out if you have overly stocked. So it is very important to keep the right inventory in place, and that's why, you know, later on we'll talk the just in time, the concept which was brought in by Mr. Toyoda was brought in. So one more type of waste which is related to excessive movement, and it mainly uh, works, you know, with the design of the plant, whether the design of the plant is correct or is as per the workflow or not. If the workflow and the design of the plant is right, then there will be least movement and there will be more productivity. There are instances, and I have, you know, worked in even in Middle East, that people, uh, especially the technical staff attending the maintenance, or rather maintenance staff, they don't carry the full set of tools. They just carry the hand tools, and then if there is any breakdown, they again run around to the workshop and get the other tools. Now this is unnecessary movement. It also increases the downtime and the most importantly the production hours, productivity. So this has to be minimized. In my experience, what we have done was we carefully calibrated or noted down what all minimum tools are required to attend a certain job, and we created a bag, carry bag, which can be easily carried by the technician, and they are deputed with that bag so that they don't have to run around back. And that's why not only the downtime reduced, but the productivity also increased. One more type of defect is the defect, or rather wrong production. In our case, we all know that as soon as we start our printing machine, there are few copies which are going to be waste. Now the idea is how many copies are going into the waste. And this is very important. What is your cold start and warm start waste? Every industry or every printing unit has to be calibrated in such a way that there is a minimum cold start or minimum warm start waste. And that helps in reducing the most precious commodity we have, that is the newsprint. Last but not the least is the talent, underutilization of the talent. The human potential is unlimited. The more you try to take out, the more it will be ready to do. I think multitasking and multi-skilling is the way forward. The uh, normally in the industry, I have seen that we have a tendency to have an insurance policy by keeping our maintenance staff standby. Now, doing standby and doing nothing is not the right thing. I think this standby person should be able to do something. And in HT, we have tried to utilize these people productively, so that not only increases our productivity, but the talent, he himself, the person himself is motivated to do more. We have been training people, we have been training electrical people for the CTP operations, and they have been doing a very well job of CTP operations in the night. So they are doing the multitasking of electrical breakdown if it is required, as well as CTP operations. So we have already gone about the 7 waste defined as a lean manufacturing process. It further is grounded on 2 conceptual pillars. One is just in time. Now, because it is coming from the automotive industry, and previously the cars used to get manufactured without the orders, and then they used to see what to do with that. So the concept of just in time came. In our case, we are basically doing our production just in time. We are producing the paper when it is required in the bare minimum, print window. Mainly in Indian context, I would say 12 to 4, 12 we are producing the paper. The other pillar is automation, which is automation with human touch. Now, automation is very much required in today's concept where we need to eliminate each and every type of waste, which I will, when I will go forward, I will touch upon. So going through the basics of the lean management, now what do we do at HT? So we have a focus on manpower, material and machine. We have launched the programs of continuous improvement, supplier collaboration, as well as sprint consolidation. And we are using all the tools like Six Sigma, 5S, Kaizen, low cost automation, statistical process control. These are the few examples. So while going through, MUDA, it is very important that we know where the waste is and develop the team and create a motivated team to work on that. So that's why we launched our program of focused improvement groups. Now, focused improvement groups is, if you will see a bicycle model, everybody rides the bicycle. Everybody knows what does the rear wheel does and what does the front wheel does. The front wheel is giving the direction, whereas the rear wheel is giving you all the uh, power to go ahead. Now, in our case, if we see us as a bicycle, who is driving the bicycle is very important. Now, bicycle in our scenario, I have put as plant head. Plant head is the person, and whether the bicycle is performing slow or fast, it depends on the rider. Whether the rider is driving it fast is depend on his fitness, the material he uses, and his motivation. So it is very important that the rider has the visibility. The rider is ready to challenge the new normal. Now, the new term which has now come during the corona age is new normal. So the rider has to challenge the new normal. At the same time, he should be motivated enough to do what he enjoys to do. So it is very important that to have a team of people who are motivated, who are engaged, who are challenging or coming out of their comfort zone. It is very important. Then only you can see the parts which I have shown in the rear wheel. Then only they can deliver you the AOP, the goal achievement or the plant performance or the cost. It is not an easy task to uh, have the focused improvement groups and motivate people. So we had a stepwise program. We launched this program in 2018 and we involved over 200, more than 200 employees into this program who were actively involved in one or the other focused improvement group. There were almost 55 FIGs, and number of FIGs got completed, and they resulted into the savings to the company. I will share few examples. So the waste reduction, FIG and TCP are basically once you put an focused improvement group on reducing waste, it becomes one. So if I see my waste, my waste percentage on All India group is 1.3%, which is print waste, and the industry average is 1.5. This is the source which I have taken from Van IFRA benchmark of, and the industry best performance is 0.7, and we are also at 0.7. So this is the work which has been done only because there were major steps taken at each and every center, each and every location, and each and every plant head was involved in taking those steps, and all have actively participated. Their participation was most important. We did the simple things like strictly implementing the make ready processes, managing preventive maintenance and reviewing the performance of preventive maintenance. We have also started thinking of predictive maintenance rather than uh, printing maintenance, because preventive maintenance is time based. Predictive, it is sense based. The person or the operator who is operating the machine knows the machine best, and I can bet he can tell you the you know uh, he can give the prediction much more earlier than the actual breakdown happens. So if the operator is attentive enough, then he will tell you what to do and when. Apart from the normal predictive maintenance tool of vibration monitorings and other things, but it is very important to have a constant touch with our operator who are working on the machine.
Excuse me, Mr. Agarwal, we only have a few minutes left, so if we
Okay,
want to...
I will fasten up. Yeah. Okay.
That's it. Thank you.
So I think TCP waste management, every company does work on it, and I have just listed few. I think important point I wanted to capture here was transit waste, which I did not see many companies working on transit waste. We as a company has given a tremendous push to reduce the transit waste. We have collaborated with our mill owners. We have collaborated with transporters. We have created a perfect truck list checklist, and we have collaborated. We have given the training to the loading and unloading staff so that the transit waste can be minimized, and this has resulted into a huge savings for our company. In cost reduction, as I have earlier told that we have merely concentrated in supplier collaboration. So we have been collaborating with Huber, DIC, Wellprint and all, and uh, we have taken a very scientific approach to determine which ink is best for our paper, and we test those inks on our lab and then decide which ink is to be used, and we rank them, and accordingly we use the ink into our factories. It has also resulted into quite a bit of savings for the company. Solar power is another area we have worked on, and we have collaborated with Amplus, and so far we have been able to install rooftop solar top, which is around 1500 kWp, and we are into the process of almost energizing our 5 megawatt open access solar power plant, and thus our biggest plant of Greater Noida will be on solar power. Almost 80% of the power will be fed through solar power. There are some engineering innovations we have done in our company, which is reduction of web width from 700 to 692. The investment which we have done or doing this on 5 machines was hardly 1 crore, whereas the requirement was 7 crores. So this was an engineering developed in-house and a teamwork which led to doing this work in-house in a short period of 4 months, and now we are reaping the benefit of reduced work rate. We also produce some commercial job work. We had a sheeting machine, and this sheeting machine modification we did, and we improved the capacity of this sheeting machine by 112%, and thus thereby savings of over 1400 man hours. Now, these are the savings which, TCP or the programs can give. But now we have to think something more than TCP. And something more than TCP is where the success lies nowadays. So everybody must be knowing that we have launched HT Refresh recently in just few weeks back. And we have basically tried to capture the reader's imagination. The feedback to us is that it has gone very well with the millennials, and this is how we can bring back the readership to the normal level. We are also working on a concept of reciprocal printing. Since the PO is down, we have lot of excess printing machines available or excess capacity available with us. We can join hands with our competitors where we can print for each other and find value in doing this. Multitasking and multi-scaling is another way going forward. I told you that electrical people are operating the CTP. We are also, people are trained, electrical people are trained to run the printing machine as well. And the other operations like CTP and STP operations. Converting fixed cost into the variable cost will be a new
Sorry,
idea.
Mr. Agarwal, our time is up.
Yeah, just last slide.
Yes.
Okay. So, and production procurement, I cannot elaborate much, but procurement excellence is basically a low cost engineering solution as well as bulk purchases and sharing logistics cost with the competitors to bring down the cost. I am also putting some food for thought for the full team. Can we create a CTP hub for the nearby printing locations so that the CTP cost can go down? Can we share the resources of newsprint unloading so that this cost can go down? And can we have common engineering services for preventive maintenance and breakdown maintenance so that this cost can go down? This is the food for thought for everyone. If anybody has any questions, you are welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. Sorry, we can't take any questions at the moment, but thank you very much for a very informative session. And thanks.
Thank you,
a lot.
Mr. Agarwal. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alapson.
So I'll request all the participants to go back to their timeline and please join the next session. Thank you.
Yeah, and I will be happy to send you the answers if you can give me the answers back, questions, Thank you.